yo, it's Guido, and I am back from vacation. Got a replay from Nitedog. In fact, I've got a whole stack of replays. We're going to start with Nitedog's here. I'm going to drop this on Saturday, that's today. And then tomorrow I'll have a coffee talk, and then we'll be off to the races. But I probably have 20 or 30 videos stacked up from different people, which is good because I don't have any of my own right now. I pretty much did all of those before I left. So as I play a little bit this week, I'll start to build some of my own as well and bring you some content for Guido's little tiny World of Tanks YouTube page, which brings me to the reason I used a Nitedog as the first one here is he's one of my first kind of YouTube friends, which I guess sounds kind of creepy. I don't know. We call them subscribers, or I don't know. Are they customers? I don't know. I don't know what to call you guys. I'm going to say YouTube friends, even though that sounds kind of weird. That'll have to be a placeholder until I come up with a better description. Just saying subscribers, I don't know. Anyway, Nitedog's been here pretty much from the beginning, and I do appreciate all you guys actually who have been sending, and gals, if there are any, who have been sending videos in for quite a long time over the last maybe year and a half, 2 years. Been a fantastic ride. I've enjoyed it, so thanks. And as I get back in the saddle for my vacation, we'll have plenty of the things that you've sent in to go with. So let's get to this video, which is Nitedog and his T54E1. And one of the reasons I waxed poetic about that is Nitedog said something to the effect of he was having a bad day, about a 5 and 13 day. You know, that kind of day. We all have those. Maybe it was Monday. Could have been a Monday. But Nitedog was having one of those days, and he decided to pull out the T54E1. He got this nice top tier in a 357 on Malinovka, and he's headed up to the northeast to get up to the windmill and take that critical terrain. So after that kind of 5 and 13 streak, he said something to the effect of he reached into his Guido's bag of tricks, or the things that I suggest. Well, you know, Nitedog, I appreciate that. I really do. But at this point, you've been doing this long enough and listened to my babbling long enough. This is all you pretty much at this point. Yeah, and the mistakes. So I'm blaming you. Well, maybe the mistakes are me. But anyway, let's get on with this because there's some really interesting stuff going on in this battle. And it's a very clear and good example of a positioning win. And then we're going to talk about course management, which I did some golfing while I was gone. That's where I'm getting that term, which is all basically the same thing in what as positioning, repositioning, what map are you on, what tank do you have, just like in golf. So what's the course playing like? What's the course like? Where have you hit the ball? Where do you need to hit the ball next? So course management. Let's talk game management here as Nitedog heads up the hill in his T54E1. This is a pretty cool medium tank. It's hard to classify. It really is kind of a heavy, to be quite honest. It leads into the T57, which is a heavy. And it's got pretty nice armor for a medium, and one of the things about its armor is it's really strangely sloped, and that can give people a lot of trouble if they're not hitting it in the right place. But you'll notice that it's not super fast. It's not very fast. Standard B is coming up. That's a pretty tough cookie right there. And the Type 59 gets up and anchors himself at the windmill. And I think Nitedog, I might have moved up with him. But I see the caution. You're probably wondering, all right, how many friends does he have? And really the last thing you want to do with a autoloader like this is to get into position, shoot your autoloader, and then get swarmed because you don't have enough friends with you. But they're starting to filter up. Still maybe a little light, but you can see that the enemy team sort of got stuffed down below and got busy shooting people. So Nitedog's carefully looking for a shot with his Type 59 buddy, who's got the, I think that's the Christmas camo going on right there with the Type 59. He comes out and finds a little corner. I might have tried to track him right there in that front quadrant. We're going to eat a shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, down he goes. And let's talk course management right here, or game management. If you take a look at what's going on, it's pretty clear there's really nobody up there with him. There's a couple friends coming up. Now, you don't want to go raging around that corner, but you just shot 3 shells. I would have immediately pressed C and get the reload going right there. That's that thinking on the next level to the next tank. Now, the Tiger does poke up, but he's not really there, and then eventually we do get to the C. So that was just one of those cases where you probably 3 to 5 seconds earlier could have pressed it. If you're trying to hold it because you didn't know what else might show up, that is an argument. But I would say at that point, once the 3 were down, you still had the mill to hide behind. I'd immediately pressed it anyway, even if they were coming, and then hid until I got my reload and used my buddies to kind of keep them honest. So we're getting a reload going on here. T29 is hold down, and he is going to be problematic. So we're going to come out here and look for some kind of cheap shots into his top turret. That's just really going to be a difficult shot all day long right there. It's not a terrible decision. You have the shells to, I won't say waste. It has a decent amount of shells, but you are kind of bouncing off his turret there, and maybe a little effort at repositioning would have been nicer. Also, once you shot those 3, I'd immediately hit C and been done with it. Get your reload going on, but there you go. You get another 327 out of it. So that decision was also fine. I think on the course management side of things, it wasn't terrible. But you might have had your 4 shells reloaded much faster, or you would have actually, obviously, if you'd have pressed C earlier. Still, you got your 329, and the good news there is they weren't pushing you. They weren't pushing you, so you did have time to reload. So we're going to come down here. We're looking for this T29. This portion of the map is extremely dangerous to push up on. I very much like over here better. You are a little higher, so you're going to get a better angle down in this hole here in just a moment, but you are also highlighting yourself to everyone who's camping down here, especially in this area, and these guys maybe who are in this V over here, if there happens to be anyone, although the T49 seems to be showing there isn't. Over here minimizes the amount of crossfire, but it does maximize a little bit the shots they have up along the line on the red line. So a couple things to think about there. I just don't like highlighting myself on the side of this, but this poor T29 is in trouble. And you'll notice that the T29 has bounced him several times. I think he's actually using the small gun, which is helping. We'll take a shot right there. Ooh, we take a hit, and now we are backing off. On that one, course management-wise, my next play after that shot, Nitedog, would have been forward and down, because you go forward faster. You would have got down below there much faster than backing off. And this backing motion kept you highlighted a little bit longer along this edge. But as it is, you get out of the way. And here we go, course management. What club do we have? Well, unfortunately, we're only going to reload 1 shell because we have fired most of our AP. Good on you for not going to APCR in the gold, but you're also waiting 30 seconds for 1 shot, and probably didn't notice that until a little while later. I like this idea. This is a good spot. Looking for that scout moving around. Can't find him. There he goes. And continuing on, let's see if we can get a shot on him. Yeah, I would have taken that shot too. I might have even, had I noticed that much earlier, forced that reload onto the gold shells much earlier and just accepted that I wasn't going to get a shot on that scout. And now we're moving down, kind of supporting the guys moving down. This is one of those things, even a bad player will move after 10 to 15 seconds. And it's frustrating because you're watching the reload going, come on, baby, I got this guy. And then he goes 3 or 4 seconds, maybe 5 before you reload, and he hides down below that hill there. And we're kind of watching him, down he goes. So I think I would have been a little more aggressive pushing forward. It's 12-5 right now. At this point, you're just looking for hit points. You have some to give. Scorpion G can hit hard. There's the WZ right there. This is a great shot, folks. Watch this. Nope, not that one. WZ still moving around. We're still driving. Yes, there he nice, nicely done. Down goes the WZ-132 Alpha. And I don't know if that, no, I thought that guy was AFK or something. Yeah, I would have kept the 2 shells on this as well, as opposed to forcing the reload, just expecting these 2 are going to melt pretty quickly, so I'm just looking to get those 2 down range at a likely target if I can. Hindsight says that you would have hit reload and would have had all 4 of them, but I probably would have made the same decision at the point of impact. Look at the Scorpion making a run for it, and he just gets absolutely nuked by the Conway. This is a great shot right here. Boom. 407 to the T20, and a critical. Down the T20 goes. And all we've got is the T20 still running around. Took a hit. He's trying to hide. Got the reload going on, and we're pushing towards him. Down he goes, and we've got Nitedog with 3 kills, 3,330 damage, 720 blocked, and a pretty nifty little game. A lot of good course management. As I said before, this is a positioning win for the most part for the greens. They got up where they needed to be, and they took that critical train, and then they used it to sweep up the enemy, who was essentially hiding on the red line down there and trying to sit back, and not doing it very well. That can be an effective tactic, but if you give up as much map control as the Reds did, then it's usually just a feeding frenzy and a crossfire, deleting them as the Pac-Man moves across the map right there. But nice job with that. Night Dog, thanks for sending that in. Thanks for sending everything in, guys, that you have been doing, and gals. YouTube friends. Thanks for sending all that stuff in and supporting the channel. We will see you next time.